Imagine waking up to the screech of bolt cutters slicing through your gate at dawn. All because some self-appointed neighborhood queen decided your grandpa's old boat was an eyesore. But what if that boat sat on land you secretly owned entirely, turning her power grab into a hilarious cell phone? Buckle up, folks. This tale of HOA hypocrisy will have you fuming and chuckling as the mask slips off a control freak who thought community standards meant her personal kingdom. In the sleepy suburb of Evergreen Meadows, Colorado, where manicured lawns hid a web of petty rules, lived Alex Rivera, a quiet software engineer in his mid-40s. He'd inherited his late grandfather's modest home, complete with a small backyard pond and a weathered 1980s fishing boat docked there, a relic from family weekends that smelled of pine and old bait. The neighborhood looked idyllic, white picket fences, BBQs on Sundays. But under the surface, it simmered with absurd HOA mandates, like no visible trash cans after 7 p.m. or fines for unapproved flower colors. Alex had heard the whispers, neighbors calling him that reclusive weirdo after a bogus rumor spread that he was spying on folks with drones. He said nothing, just observed from his window, noting every snide glance and logging it mentally like code in a debugger. Enter Brenda Hargrove, the HOA president, a plump busybody in her 50s with a perpetual scowl hidden behind pearl necklaces and bless-your-heart smiles. She'd ruled the board for 5 years, preaching about upholding property values while enforcing rules that banned everything from holiday lights to bird feeders. It's for the greater good, she'd coo at meetings, her voice dripping false piety. But everyone knew she feared any challenge to her throne. One crisp fall morning, Brenda marched to Alex's door, clipboard in hand, flanked by 2 bored lackeys. "Mr. Rivera, that rusty boat is violating Section 4.2, visual nuisances. Remove it by week's end, or face escalating fines. We're building a community park here. You know." Alex peered through the screen. "Calm as lake water. It's on my property. Brenda. Registered and permitted since '85. She puffed up, cheeks flushing. "Permits? Honey, standards evolve. Think of the children. They deserve better than your junkyard vibe." The whispers turned to roars. Brenda's email blasts painted Alex as a hoarder endangering kids, twisting his quiet nature into antisocial tendencies. Neighbors avoided him at the mailbox, one even muttering, "Heard he's unstable, ex-military or something?" It was a lie. Alex was a coder, not a vet. But Brenda spun it like gospel to rally her flock. She slapped a $200 fine on his door for pond maintenance neglect, then organized a beautification committee that accidentally dumped mulch over his garden beds one night. Alex endured it silently. But inside, he pored over old deeds at the county office, his grandfather's faded maps revealing a bombshell. The pond wasn't communal, it was entirely his. A private water feature grandfather had bought cheap in the '80s, including subsurface rights that extended under half the neighborhood's backyards. "Oh, Brenda," he murmured to himself, "you're fishing in the wrong waters." Tensions boiled when Brenda escalated to absurdity. At a packed HOA meeting in the community hall, she stood at the podium, laser pointer jabbing at slides of Alex's boat photoshopped to look derelict. "This eyesore lowers our values by 15%. Studies prove it," she declared, ignoring the groans. A supporter chimed in, "And he's been harassing folks with questions about boundaries." Alex rose slowly, folder in hand. "Harassing? Like your midnight mulch raids?" Murmurs rippled. Brenda smirked. "Mr. Rivera, we're protecting order. Your questions feel threatening." But Alex projected his scans. "Order? This deed shows I own the pond and the land under your proposed park. Your fines? Invalid. Your committee? Trespassing." Brenda's face twisted, her moral facade cracking. "That's preposterous. We're a community," she sputtered. But the room erupted in laughs as her lackeys fidgeted, realizing their beautification was vandalism on private turf. The climax hit like a storm. Brenda, cornered and ridiculous, called the sheriff on a disturbance tip, claiming Alex threatened her. Deputies arrived to her leading a crew with bolt cutters at his gate. Screeching, "Seize that hazard for the greater good." But Alex had cameras rolling. "Officers, check the deed. She's the intruder." The sheriff, reviewing docs, handcuffed Brenda mid-rant. "Ma'am, this is private property. You're under arrest for attempted theft and fraud." Neighbors gawked as her pearl necklace snapped in the scuffle. Her standards exposed as a greedy land grab to flip lots. The board dissolved amid lawsuits. Alex sued for slander, winning enough to preserve the pond as a wildlife spot. 6 months on, Evergreen Meadows breathes freer. No more nitpicky fines. Brenda, disgraced, license revoked, facing probation while muttering about ungrateful peasants. Alex fishes in peace, the boat a symbol of quiet triumph. But here's the kicker. Was Brenda the real villain? Or just a product of a system that lets busybodies bully under community guys? Yes or no? Should HOAs have power to dictate your backyard legacy? Drop your take below. Let's debate who truly owns order.